Welcome to the Thomas Tank YouTube channel. I'm Thomas Tank, I'm your host, and today we're looking at You Cringe, You Lose. Here's 10 absolute cringeworthy clips. Hit the subscribe button and let me know what you like in the comments below. Let's get into it.
Happy Pride! Here we have a non-binary, poly, spicy person out and about for everyone to see. Yippee!
Spicy person. Yeah, you had to slow down in the middle of that because you don't make any sense. You had to figure out what you were saying. You're like, damn, I might have freaking painted myself into a corner on this one, buddy. Like, how do you look like an Amish hippie? I feel like those are like the same thing, but like polar opposite at the same time.
Same, but different.
If this doesn't immediately piss you off, you're not a good person. In fact, I would wager you're probably closer to a bad person. The only thing I can consider this is stripper culture, and the thing that I consider, some sort of allyship to sex work, I don't know. Let's be very real. Second problem here is that there's a child in this environment. The first problem here is all of the people in the background here who are doing nothing about this. They are all just freaking sitting there saying, hell yeah, buddy, let's just let kids do this. This is like, tell me how there's nothing wrong with this. I got to move on from this. If this doesn't make you mad, click off the video. I don't want your watch time or your subscription or anything. I don't understand what's wrong with this. This looks like a typical French police officer to me, so typical French environment.
Stay away from me. Stay away from me.
Serious Mace? That's what they do. Look at him running.
Oh, I've seen this clip.
They call him Scuff Jim Carrey because he looks like Jim Carrey but more messed up. All scuffed up. Look, so he's yelling that he got raped.
This guy was just holding a sign and some random they, them assaulted them. Honestly, shouldn't that?
It's hard to tell. That's a man in a dress mad at him because he's wearing a Trump shirt and hat.
Trump shirt.
Stop attacking me!
So this person here opted into, attacking someone who's wearing a Trump shirt. They didn't like that they were wearing the shirt, and they decided that that person's identity wasn't worth any sort of protection. So choose your own identity unless it's political. You have to join my side. Also, quite a masculine thing to be, just attacking someone in the streets. I don't think women typically do that.
Excuse me, what are you doing in the women's bathroom?
I'm sorry?
What are you doing in the women's bathroom?
I'm peeing.
Okay, but you're a man.
No.
Yes, you are. Clearly a man, and you were just in the women's bathroom. Do you know how much money I paid for this school, and now there's a man in my bathroom?
Well, you should talk to the administration.
Oh, I definitely will. But why do you feel the need to go into women's spaces as a man? No comment on that? Do you think women don't deserve their own private spaces? Nothing? Really? Do you support women's rights? No? Okay, so there's just a man in our bathroom.
I go to the gym and I don't look this jacked. Why is it never, like feminine men who are trying to do this, right? It's always, someone who's dramatically not passing is the terminology. If something makes you uncomfortable, you should be pushing back on it. We are making cultural changes. We've got 3.5 years before we have to worry about changing kind of the motor on our boat of culture. So,
hey y'all, what's up? It's Gato the Baddie, aka Baddie with the Masky, and this weekend I went to the Frida Cinema in Santa Ana for a COVID.
She looks like a duck. Quack, quack.
COVID safer movie event. This event was high filtration mask and testing required. Everyone, including staff, was required to mask up. They were super friendly, super proud of all the folks who made this happen. They also had additional free masks and goodie bags for us to take home since masks were required to be on the whole time. The theater itself was really nice and clean.
It was the candy, wasn't it? Right. She didn't even say what movie she was watching, so it was probably just the candy. She said, "Oh, bag of candy."
To take home since masks were required to be on the whole time. The theater itself was really nice and clean. There were at least 4 air purifiers, and the organizers also disinfected all the seats before we went inside. There was also 2 separate mask break rooms with air purifiers in case folks needed it. The movie was really intense, but 10 out of 10 this with air purifiers in case folks needed it. The movie was
I don't see social distancing here. Yeah, they're closer than 6 feet, so, I mean, all of this is out the window.
This free event was so much fun, and I really enjoyed the movie.
Hi, it's COVID Cautious Tuesday, and do you know what that means? It means it's time for COVID opinions. When you say post-COVID, you mean after COVID ended. When I say post-COVID, I mean after COVID began, the entire life that we've all had since 2020 and is ongoing. COVID is still here. COVID is still happening. We are not the same.
All right, we got Alex Stein here roasting a liberal defending abortion who has an absolute crash out. Let's go.
Do you want me to die? That's not cool.
I want everyone to die, actually. You know what? We should abort every kid ever.
Why do you like abortion so much?
I don't know. Just because it's cool. I want every woman here to get an abortion.
Guys, this is the future of our country.
Everyone's going to get the woke mind virus. We're all going to change our gender and everything.
You seem like a nice person. I know you said some mean stuff to me, but like, why wear the mask? Like, it just seems...
because I want to. What happened to freedom of, like, expression?
Okay, I agree. If you want to wear it, you can, but it just looks kind of scary. Okay, COVID's over. Like, there's not, you don't need to live in fear. You don't need to live in fear.
Are you being
anymore.
a snowflake right now?
Yes, I am, because you seem like a nice young trans person, and
I'm not trans. I'm a cis woman.
Absolute effing coconut here. That's what it is. That's what it is the whole freaking time. They're always talking about like, oh yeah, it's pro-choice or versus pro-life. No, dude, it's pro-abortion. Women and anybody who's pro-choice, pretty much anybody who's pro-choice isn't talking about wanting the option to get an abortion. They are wanting a lot of people to get abortion. They're terrified of being responsible for their children and their own lives. And they know that if they can't get an abortion, they're not going to be able to skirt that responsibility. And did you see that little freaking peanut that Alex Stein stuck in there right at the end of that whole deal? He said, "No, you're a great trans person." She goes, "What? I'm not a trans person. I'm not a trans person." She didn't catch the joke, but she probably noticed later.
I'm not trans. I'm a cis woman.
Wait until a women's bathroom. That's not a diss. That's a compliment.
No, it's 100% an insult. But
you think it's an insult to be manly?
Well,
yeah, I would see it. You're crossing your legs like a queer.
I could see that you're a struggling individual. So let me ask you, are you trans?
I am a man. None of the right talks about trans men, and I want to know why. Make eye contact with me, please, like a man.
Wow.
People who...
Wait, so you acknowledge that I'm a man? I thought that you're like this trans activist.
I am a man, and you are a man, and you'll look me in the eye like a man.
I'm not sure what you are, but okay.
You think trans women are these predator men that look me in the eyes, please? Come on. Are you autistic? No. Here, look here, look here.
I can look anywhere I please. Calm down a little bit, okay?
Do you know how to make eye contact?
Yeah, I do, and I can also look at the audience because I'm mature enough not to have to stare you at all the time because I'm not a psychopath, okay?
Whoa! So, I'm calling you mentally ill because you can't communicate with me.
So if I am mentally ill, which means that I'm off the norm, can we also agree that trans people are mentally ill because they're off the norm?
I don't think there's anything wrong with being mentally ill.
Talk about dodging the question. He said, "Is there anything wrong with being outside of the norm?" Then she called him mentally disabled. That is outside of the norm, and by definition, outside of the norm would be queer. Queer is to be of the not normal persuasion. Be proudly queer and be proudly different. I don't give a At the end of the day, you've got to be held to the standards of language. Language must be consistent. That's why nobody understands your perspective, lady man.
That's the type of person that would to school, so be very careful.
Stupid. Like, for the second time, I'm in a coffee shop just trying to study and do my homework. Like last time, my headphones were dead, so like I didn't have any headphones on, whatever. I was just gonna do my essay. And this like family sits next to me. It's like a dad, like teenage son and like teenage daughter, and they're probably like 18 or something. And they're sitting next to me and like I'm not like paying too much attention, and like the daughter's like, I just like want to go, like can we just go walk around? The dad was like, no, like we need to talk about why you guys hate Trump so much. And I was just like, I could hear it. I was like, whatever. And the dad was just like, it's because you guys need to understand, like, he's doing good because he's trying to stop the trans people who are grooming children. And the daughter was like rolling her eyes. She was like, can we please just go? Like, I don't want to talk about this. Gay people are fine, but trans people are harming children, and like he's gonna stop this. And like I literally, like, this is the second time now this has happened to me. They're sitting right next to me and they have no idea, of course. So I like picked up the phone and I called my friend, and I was like loudly, I was like, once again, some idiot is next to me at a coffee shop talking about trans people and how they're harmful, and he has no idea he's actually sitting next to a trans person who's minding their own business. And I said this loud, and then like they kind of like were like freaking out, and they started like gathering all their like all their food and like all their drinks, and they started to stand up and leave. And so did I. Just like slammed my laptop shut, and I was just like, I can't focus and study because I have some transphobe next to me crying about.
Who gives a damn, dude? Who fucking cares what someone else is doing? You know what I don't like? I don't like olives. I don't go to Olive Garden and lose my fucking mind when someone's next to me with a fucking Italian salad. Oh my gosh, dude. I can freaking not understand how or why these people operate. They're wandering around in this world and they exist under this premise that there's some responsibility that someone has to validate your existence. You're just walking around, and if you stop walking down the street and you say, hey, I'm trans, someone has to say, yeah, absolutely, absolutely, I'm so sorry. Tell me how this makes any sense in the comments down below. That's the end of this video. Thanks so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button. Tell me your favorite clip down below, and I'll love to see you in the next video.